Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So here's another deck profile for you guys today. This time it's on my pure Lost World Dinosaur deck. Just because I figured, that I haven't touched on this deck in a while. I've been mostly playing the Shaddoll variant. So I figured, why not go back to the pure variant and just show you what I can do with it. And yeah, let me just go ahead and get started. Alright, starting off with the main deck. I'm actually running 3 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyrannos, your main boss monster. Basically, it's really good against all the meta right now. In fact, it's really good against Thunder, especially if you have to deal with Colossus and Titan. You just have to Book of Eclipse those monsters, and it can attack over them without triggering their protection effects. So, yeah, anytime he attacks a monster in defense mode, he sends it to the grave, and you can inflict your opponent 1,000 points of damage. Next, 3 copies of Soul Eating Oviraptor. It's your Foolish Burial / Rhoda card. Soul Eating Oviraptor is really good. In fact, it's actually pretty good in the Dragon Link deck too. So, Soul Eating Oviraptor definitely want to run this at 3. So yeah, that's really all there is to say about him. Next, 3 Miscellaneousaurs. Definitely the best defense card in this deck. In fact, it's actually the reason why I can main deck Nibiru so effectively in this deck, because you don't have to worry about it. You mostly just tribute out for your opponent's monsters if all your monsters are just dinosaurs. So Miscellaneousaurs is a good way just to deal with Nibiru. So yeah. Next, 3 Pankratops. Really good going second, and honestly, it's pretty easy to bring out even if you're going first. So Pankratops definitely needed at 3. It's the best way to deal with like floodgates or just like problematic monsters, and it's just like a really good form of disruption, really. For the 1-ofs, I'm running 1 Giant Rex, 1 Overtex Qualis to get the pills. You never really want to see this card, so yeah. And I'm running 1 of each of the babies, 1 Petite Pteranodon, 1 Baby Cerosaurus, and of course Dracuolo. Just for synchro plays and just to turb out my level 4 or higher monsters. Alright, now we're moving on to the hand traps. I'm running a total of 8 hand traps in this deck. I'm running 3 copies in Nibiru. Like I said, this deck can easily get away with running Nibiru, even if you're going, even if you have monsters on board, because you can easily protect them. So that's one of the great things about it. 3 copies of Ash, the most generic hand trap we got. And 2 copies of DD Crow, mainly to deal with like the Salad or Orcus matchup. You definitely want to wipe out their resources, so DD Crow really comes in handy. So, yeah, definitely a good option. And if you don't like DD Crow, you can always try Effect Veiler as well. Alright, so that's it for the monsters. Now moving on to spells. Running 3 Fossil Dig. Eventually I'll get the hollows on this, but for now I'm still good with the commons. 3 Lost World, it's a really annoying card, honestly. Once you summon a dinosaur, you get to summon a token on your opponent's side of the field. And as long as your opponent has that token, can't target any monsters you control or any other monsters they control except that token. So they really have to try to get rid of it first. 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill. Definitely a good way just to get access to your boss monsters a little faster, but honestly, I really don't ever see a reason to ever run this at 3, so I'm glad I'm running just 2. I'm running 2 Called by the Graves, just another form of DD Crow. I was thinking of running it at 3, but I was like, nah, I think 2 is just fun. Plus, I already have the built-in protection of Miscellaneousaurs anyway, so yeah, Called by the Graves just either a form of disruption, or if I just want to stop my opponent from disrupting me, so that's the only reason why it's there. 2 copies of Twin Twisters to deal with back row heavy decks. You never know if you'll encounter that. So Twin Twisters definitely helps. 1 Terraforming, 1 Foolish Burial, and of course 1 Monster Reborn. And that's it for the main deck. That's 40 cards. Alright, so for the extra deck, I'm actually running Boral Sword Dragon. I mean, it's a pretty good win condition, so it never hurts to bring it out. Another way to deal with back row is Topologic Trisbana. Instead of popping, sometimes banishment works better, and Trisbana definitely works with that. And it combos so well with Giant Rex because it brings itself back once it's banished once per turn anyway. For some generic Link 2s, I'm running Cypherin Lord Lambda. 1 Pentastag, to give Tyranno piercing damage. I'm still running Reaper-Docus just because, you can turn like Dracuolo into an Earth Attribute Tuner, which comes into clutch if you want to go into Nat Beast, so it's really good against the Sky Striker matchups. 1 Linkuriboh, since, again, if you have that Dracuolo out, you could just make a Linkuriboh instead if you don't like Reaper-Docus. For my Xyz lineup, Got to run Doka, which also outs Nibiru, since, it negates any monster effects. So it's Solemn Strike, and then we also got the Solemn Judgment of the deck. Evos Arlakia. I also got a Beast Dweller for graveyard effects. Tornado Dragon for more back row. Got number 60, which really works well with Tyranno, so definitely look into this card. It's definitely worth trying out, so yeah. One Gustav Max, which hopefully I'll get the Lost Art promo once it comes out. For my Synchros, I'm running Chambara, Nat Beast, and of course my personal favorite, Trishula. So yeah, that's generally all I can say about him. Alright, now moving on to the side deck. I'm running 3 Artifact Lancia, 3 Ghost Sister, 3 Dark Ruler No More, and this is starting to become one of my favorite side cards now. 3 copies of Shared Ride, since, Dinosaurs definitely need the drawstring sometimes. And Shared Ride, depending on the matchup, can definitely help out with that. And then lastly, 3 copies of Evenly Matched. Well, that's really all I got to say about this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, I will catch you guys again next time.